She's the woman making everyone stop mid scroll. With cheekbones like a model and biceps that rival most men at the gym, Vladislava Galagan has flipped the fitness world on its head. And no, she's not a character from a video game. She's very real, very disciplined, and very serious about strength. But her story didn't start with glitz and glam. It began in a quiet Russian town, far from the spotlight. Get ready to see the grit behind the glam, only here on Sports Frenzy TV. Vladislava was born in 1997 in Temryuk, a modest town in southern Russia. Back then, there was no way of knowing that the girl running track and doing gymnastics would someday become an international fitness sensation. As a kid, she was always active: athletics, martial arts, gymnastics. If it got her heart racing, she was into it. But one moment during a school sprinting competition completely shifted her mindset. After losing badly and hearing some snide remarks, she felt humiliated. That sting stuck with her, but instead of letting it bury her confidence, she took it as a fuel. She returned to training, came back the next year, and beat the very person who once laughed at her defeat. That was the first time she realized that consistency beats natural talent, and that nobody gets to write your story except you. While she started out in track and field, her interest slowly shifted towards something more intense: bodybuilding. Funny enough, the spark came from a casual moment with her boyfriend at the time. They were browsing fitness models and something clicked. She looked at those sculpted physiques and thought, why not me? That was the beginning of a whole new obsession, not just with looking good, but with becoming unshakably strong. She initially enrolled in university at the Academy of Architecture and Arts in Russia, but that path didn't stick. One semester in, and she knew the calling of the weights was stronger than any classroom. So she packed her bags, left college behind, and moved to Prague, a place that offered better gyms, more like-minded people, and the freedom to build a new version of herself. That decision wasn't just bold, it was the first major leap toward turning a vision into a lifestyle. Training became her full-time mission. Vladislava follows a structured push-pull-leg split, hitting each muscle group twice a week with laser focus. But it's not just about lifting heavy, although she certainly does that. It's about strategy. She mixes up intense, heavy sessions with lighter, high-rep days to ensure her muscles grow while minimizing the risk of injury. Her routine is so dialed in, it could make even Temryuk tells the same story. She built all of this herself and on her own terms. But none of it came without resistance. Female bodybuilding still faces an uphill battle against stereotypes and narrow standards of beauty. Some people still hold the outdated belief that muscles somehow take away from femininity. Vladislava proves them wrong every single day. She doesn't just lift weights, she lifts expectations. And she does it with a presence that's both strong and unapologetically graceful. Of course, the internet has its share of skeptics. Trolls have questioned her physique, made assumptions, and thrown around accusations of enhancement. She could clap back, but that's not her style. Instead, she turns criticism into education. She uses her platform to explain what real consistency looks like. She talks about the years of training, the strict nutrition, the recovery protocols, and the mental fortitude it takes to stay the course. What you see in her posts isn't the result of luck or shortcuts. It's a product of showing up every day, no matter what. Vladislava doesn't just lift in the gym. She lifts the entire perception of what a strong woman can be. And that's exactly what keeps her audience growing, inspired, and fiercely loyal. Off camera, she's surprisingly low-key. She enjoys quiet mornings, thoughtful conversations, and keeping her circle tight. It's a reminder that not everything about success has to be loud. You can be the strongest person in the room and still choose softness and stillness when you're not lifting. And then there's the fashion side. With her tall frame, high cheekbones, and statuesque posture, Vladislava has drawn comparisons to top fashion models. But instead of just leaning into aesthetics, she's used that blend of strength and elegance to challenge what beauty and fitness looks like. You can see it in her shoots, equal parts fierce and graceful. Her reach goes beyond bodybuilding stages or social media screens. She's become a symbol for those who don't fit into traditional boxes, especially women who are tired of being told to shrink, tone it down, or blend in. She's proof that you don't need permission to take up space. In fact, the only permission you ever need is your own. So what's next for Vladislava? She's already got a grip on the fitness world, but don't be surprised if you see her in campaigns that have nothing to do with dumbbells and barbells. She's hinted at more lifestyle content, mental awareness advocacy, and even larger brand collaborations. The trajectory she's on isn't just about muscles, it's about movement. A movement that celebrates discipline, an apologetic presence, and the courage to be exactly who you are, even if that person doesn't fit the mold. Vladislava Galagan didn't just lift her way to fame. She built it, rep by rep, meal by meal, choice by choice. And for everyone watching from the sidelines, wondering if it's possible to rewrite your story from scratch, she's living proof that it is. Stick around because this isn't just the rise of a fitness icon. This is the start of a legacy. If you want more stories that redefine strength and break the mold, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell. Catch you next time!